So we're on Tustin Avenue. It's a little wet. Look at this. A little view of the chaos of the streets. The rain. Just a little drizzle. Little drizzle. Oh man. So I'm trying to get into my pockets through layer after layer of clothes and rain gear. Oh, I did it. Golly, man. So if you're bored of your routine, you can see life can still be an adventure. Hopefully this bike holds up. Just got to make sure people can see me. And I can see them. We'll be good. All right. Uh-oh. 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 All right. We'll go down, we'll take a normal route. We're gonna get off of Tustin Avenue. I took Tustin Avenue yesterday. I feel like when people drive in the rain here, it's I see it all the time. It's like when it's rainy and I can't see well and I'm driving a car, I chill, you know, I go a lot slower, trying to be a little bit cautious. But I notice like it's not like that for most people. That's why, I mean, I think people take pride in like driving even crazier. Like it's almost like, oh, I don't care that it's raining, I'm gonna drive like a maniac anyways. Like it's strange, but it might just be my I might just be jaded is the word. I'm working on that, you know. It's like, you know, I am part of all of this, you know. I know I make references to humans all the time, and I am human as well. But I don't know, I've always kind of had this prejudice against the general public. Like, I just feel like people aren't very conscientious of each other, and just aren't very nice to each other, you know, and aren't very considerate. But you know, maybe that's you know, I'm part of the general public as well. So I mean, like, so the only thing I can do is look at myself and try to make myself better. So the rain is definitely pelting my eyeballs. Water's dripping off my helmet into my eyeballs. My eyelashes have little water beads on them. Let's go under the, let's go to the Santiago Creek Trail. Check out the creek. I almost fell off this curb right here one time. There was a homeless guy coming across the street onto this sidewalk, and he had a bunch of crap with him, and then I moved off to the side to give him room, and I went off to the side like this, and I had stopped, and I went to put my foot down, and and my foot missed the curb, and not only did it, like, was there a curb there, it was like a double curb, so it was super high. I almost ate it. I almost like slammed. Lots of water in the creek. This guy, what the hell is that guy doing on that pole? He's freaking pole dancing on the trail. Seen that dude before. Wind horse. Like, dude, like that kind of crap, dude. That guy like kind of started walking towards me. Like, what are you gonna do, man? I'm gonna freaking clothesline him. Oh my word! I don't know how good this video is gonna be. Can't remember which way I went on my rain ride the other day. Probably, I think I took Chapman and Main Street. Keep feeling like my camera is really crooked, but I don't know. I guess I could look. I just have to find a level ground and a point of reference to see where we're at with the camera. Yeah, when I put it on, I get it leveled out, but then, you know, you are looking over your shoulder constantly, and you've got jackets that are clinging to the straps, and sometimes it's hard to keep it level. Let's find a point of reference here. Let's do the tops of these bushes. We're gonna do that. All right, so we go. All right, let's go to the tops of these bushes. Let's see. I feel like it's a little bit, it's not gonna stay, so I don't even know why I bother with it. Good enough. We'll just leave it alone. It's a ultra wide view, so it's gonna look funky anyway. Oh, jeez, look at this puddle. Oh no. God. Let's roll out. Come on now. You just gotta avoid the massive puddles. Lots of squeaking going on. I'm gonna have to grease. It's pretty bad. That's this section of my bike. A big puddle. Oh. So I saw a video last night. I didn't watch the whole thing, but it was another Ozark Trail bike coming out at Walmart, a mountain bike for $500. Looks pretty cool. It's got the, it looks like, those modern day mountain bikes. It's pretty sleek. I can't remember what it's called, so I don't even know why I brought it up, but I think that's enough information if you want to check it out. You type in new Walmart Ozark Trail mountain bike. Oh, look at this. They got somebody's got a little, there's so much trash down here. That's the problem, man. You got like suitcases and bike parts and, clothes and just debris everywhere. That's the problem. Like if you took this landscape, leave the tents, leave all the homeless people, that's fine. But if you take all their shit that they leave all over the place and you get rid of that, it's fine. Like they need to realize like people are gonna be more accepting of them if they just keep their stuff clean. That's it, honestly. Like, this is freaking crazy, man. There's just trash, dude. Just, I don't know if we can see it or not, but probably not. But it's like, man. I guess it's not just them though, I just see a lot of litter. It's such an easy thing to mitigate. Like, this just shows how unconscious people are sometimes, I guess. There's a section over at in Irvine, like, there's a little road that runs in between a couple of parking lots going to the Chevron from where I work to MacArthur. And it's where all the Uber drivers and the Lyft drivers park waiting for people to give people rides from the airport. So it's a long red curb, probably 150 yards, maybe only 100 yards, probably 100 yards. And that's where they park. First off, they park on the red curb, and they park going into traffic, against traffic. Like they just park randomly. And they all just hang out there and talk and drink coffee and smoke cigarettes or whatever, waiting to give people rides. But they also, that whole curb, that whole gutter next to that curb is just litter for days. Like, so bad. It's just piles and piles of trash. So they have trash in their car, so instead of walking to Chevron and throwing it away, or having a trash bag conveniently tucked away in their trunk or something, they just throw their trash onto the ground, and that whole gutter is just full of trash. But like I said, I gotta worry about myself. Really had a difficult time leaving this morning. I was have a massive migraine headache. I don't know if I'm getting sick or what. I don't really get sick very often. I think I get pretty tired sometimes, but I don't really get sick. I went through a period where I was getting sick a lot, like several years ago. But it's kind of interesting. We have a pretty big issue going on at my house. So our roof was leaking in our garage like a couple of years ago, and well, actually the garage was leaking when we first moved in there, and the owner never fixed it. So we just kind of, we keep reporting it year after year and live with it, and then the bathroom started leaking, and then the living room, and we live in a pretty nice house. But so a couple of years ago, and then we told them about that, and then it got so bad that actually started showing mold. So they finally came and cleaned that up, and then but like they haven't fixed the roof. So we have to get out of that house because we're being exposed to mold toxin. It's really bad. So sometimes I wonder if that, with this rain and the moisture picking up with the sun, because it got sunny yesterday, just wondering if we really got to get out of there. Maybe that's why I have a massive headache. All right. Rain's lightening up a little bit. Going under the 5 freeway. Cruising on 17th Street. This footage is probably going to be pretty dark. Yeah, dude, that was a big puddle. This always reminds me of that Jane's Addiction song from their first, I think, self-titled album. It's called, well, I don't know the name of the song. I know all the words. I'm trying to get to the main verse. But it says, you know, the rains came. I said, hey buddy, now the street is the snake skin. I belong out there walking, no one's stopping to bother me. We hide under the ceiling. Listen to the sounds of the gutters running, wash that dirty town. Bush Street. This lens is going to look like. It's already been 32 minutes. "32 minutes of sheer exhilaration on the rain horse through the season, through the seasons, 4 seasons. Every day a new adventure." Probably pretty, these videos in the rain probably aren't too exciting to watch, but I think as long as I keep the lens drip free, I think there's probably some pretty good visuals. I know I like the way it looks, personally. Crossing 4th Street. And they just leave those awesome paintings out there getting destroyed. The alley juice splashing up onto my bike. It's a weird mist. Seems like the raindrops just can't seem to form. It's just this drizzle. That guy's hating it. You see a lot of, like, I don't always capture like a lot of the stuff that I see. Like, every time I ride down these alleys, there's groups of, not groups, but there's homeless people scattered about here and there, even on Main Street. And it's just, I don't capture them in the periphery of the camera. I don't really try to focus on them, but that right there is a pretty common sight, but it's a little more dramatic when it's raining, or when it's super cold. It's tortured souls. So this alley dead ends. Let's go check out these individuals here. This is like this group of people right here in this parking lot are a little bit more of the street type of dudes that are a little more hardcore. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of cars coming. I remember the first ride when I rode in the rain, I was on the sidewalk being cautious because I didn't want to I don't like going through big puddles on my bike. I feel like that's what's going to ruin your bike. Like, it's going to force water into places it shouldn't be on these cheaper e-bikes. And there was a girl on a moped style bike, and she passed me up, and there was this puddle from going out into the street from poor drainage, and like cars were hitting it and splashing it onto the sidewalk. But this girl just she just bombed her She just bombed that puddle. Like, she just rode right through it. It's like at least 6 inches deep. She hit it, the water just splashed everywhere, and she just, went on for like 30 feet in that water like that. I'm sure she ruined her bike that day. All right, we need to cross, man. There we go. So this is the wettest of 3 days, for sure. Putting everything all my equipment to the test. So hopefully I close the port. Sometimes I forget to close the charging port on my camera. So hopefully I remember to do that. It's pretty amazing, this camera. I mean, even if it died today, I don't know how much I paid for it. I think it was like $250, $300. It's the DJI Action 4. I do want to get the Action 5, but I record so many videos, 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, at least. I mean, I don't know what could go wrong with a camera, but it just seems like it's pretty impressive. Been going strong for a long time. You see that lady? Let's turn around real quick. She's got a nice little setup. She's got a couple of pints and she's got a table set up and she's doing a little artwork. It's a pretty good setup. Let's go by one more time. So that'll be the next evolution of the channel, is having conversations with people. All right, what's the Edinger? Oh man, it's wet. So I've got my charger and my computer wrapped in plastic. It should be okay. can hear thunder, right? You hear that thundering sound. That's the airport. I hope. It's too rainy to go fast. I can't see. I gotta stay on the sidewalk. Do you hear that? Wicked. So far away still. My feet are soaked, sopping wet. I didn't bring extra shoes and socks. So I'll have wet feet all day. What's up, man? So life requires work, you know, so no matter what like path you take, there's gonna be work involved, you know. So it's like, that's why it's like you wanna work, you know, doing something you love. I mean, it's work to be out here on the streets, and it's work for me to go to work. Like life requires that of you. I mean, even if you're enabled and you stay at home and eat until you can't get out of bed, and you're seemingly not working, well, you're working. You're working against gravity just to get up and do basic things like feed yourself or use the restroom. Like, it's all work. a lot of times in my life, like in my 20s, where I was, well, probably in my late, yeah, probably starting at about 20 years old, where I had a lot of freedom, you know, and not a lot of work. I mean, I would work, but I was only responsible for myself, and I was a minimalist, so it was easy for me to get around. I wasn't weighed down by possessions. I just had me and my clothes. And I would work in different areas to save up money and then take time off and travel around. Go back to work, save up money, move to another spot. I never went real far. I mean, I lived in the Rocky Mountains a couple times. I lived in the high desert here in California. Lived out in Palm Springs. Lived in Visalia a couple times. Lived in my hometown. In the zone. Come around the bend. 52 minutes of pure exhilaration. Oh yeah. Rain ride. This is where I crashed last week. I crashed into this pole and took this fence out on my bike. It's crazy, huh? We got some humans on the trail. With the banjo on. 52 got his foot hanging off the side of his bike. That's not dangerous. That's like not safe. That's it. That's it for the day. It's going to be sunny in a couple hours. Maybe I'll be able to get off of work early enough to have a nice sunny ride home. Everything will look clean. Some massive blue skies and cumulus clouds. Pedal, pedal. Hill climb. Oh man. Jeez, man. I think my bike's dying. One car, two cars, three cars. All right. All right, what's going on behind us? What's going on behind us? Not much. I'm tempted to just go up to the front, but we do have a little bit of oncoming traffic. A bit of oncoming traffic. As long as I can keep up with the Pacifica hybrid, it'll be all right. All right, well, god dang, that was a hell of a ride. I feel like I've been riding for a long time. I guess an hour and 3 minutes is pretty long.